We are finally getting an aftermarket standalone ECU.
What car do we have in the shop that would be good for this? A car
Right,
that's
yeah, yeah.
either already on a standalone or maybe on a stock ECU that's making some power. Maybe there's some things we'd like to improve in that car. And I immediately thought of Alberto's car. This 800 horsepower in a stock ECU is great.
It's totally doable.
Yeah, it's doable. The car runs good. It drives well. But if you've seen, well, hell, we just did a video today on launching this car. You've seen that there are some limitations to doing launch control with the Cobb Accessport and the stock ECU.
Especially
also,
when it comes down to having a massive turbo.
Yeah.
You need to build enough boost to get out of the hole.
We need more anti-lag. And plus, when you're running this kind of power on this kind of block build, remember, this is not some 1,000 horsepower closed deck block.
Nope.
This is an IAG 550. And while all due credit to IAG for having a block that'll hold that much more power, we're pushing the limits. And it would be nice to have some more fail-safes, some more protections in place, which we can do also with this new ECU we're going to be getting. And then finally, one of the things that you have with modern cars, especially made in the last 10 years or so, is you have a CAN bus system in the car. And that CAN bus is actually a really easy way to do a lot of really cool things with the car if you can access that CAN bus and send signals on it. And this ECU that we're going to put in this car is going to give us the ability to repurpose a lot of switches, buttons, knobs in this car, or even add an aftermarket switch panel that's all CAN bus related. So we can literally have...
And totally customizable too, right?
Yeah, we can customize the traction control, we can customize boost on the fly, rolling burnouts, launch control, whatever the case might be, as well as, having, say, you can have a pops and bangs switch if you want, if that's what you're into.
Yep.
But it just gives us all kinds of possibilities. So when it comes down to it, we're talking about potentially a little more performance, potentially, definitely the ability to make the car spool better and launch better, some improvements in how we manage traction control, the ability to add a ton of fail-safes, which I think that's probably the most important thing. We want to make this motor live as long as possible, maybe even push it up a little bit higher, see if we can get 850, 900 out of it. And if we're going to do that, we have to have the protection. And, speaking of that protection, the one thing I forgot is proper wideband.
Yes.
So the factory wideband, it's fine for daily driving, it's fine for mild boost levels. But once you start pushing big power and running richer mixtures, it's just not accurate. It isn't.
Yeah, below 11.5 to 1 on a EJ.
Yeah, it's not gonna, all you know is it's not leaner than that, right?
Right.
So we're going to be able to put in a proper wideband, probably go full-time closed loop with the car as well.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, and it's going to give us a chance to really document from unboxing all the way through install and adding all these features. Yeah, what it's really like. And you'll get a chance to see the kind of features that are available. Now, we might be able to actually offer some of those features to you in the long term.
Yeah.
In particular, the CAN bus stuff looks, for me, for a long-time tuner, the CAN bus stuff looks really, really cool. And I think we might be able to add some really cool features through CAN bus that, if you're going to do a standalone, you might want to add to your car.
Right.
So, and you'll get to see along the way the trials and tribulations and how we do that, and you'll know if it's worth it or not by the time we get to the end.
Yeah, absolutely. So a few things that I want to mention personally that I'm excited for this aftermarket ECU. One of them being, hopefully our plan here together as we teamwork on this, programming this new ECU is, I want a really well-developed knock sensor, especially for this car, the EJ 257. Not that the factory ones aren't well-developed, but I'm sure you can refine it and define it a lot more further on. As well as, we're talking about proper fail-safes. So have some type of logic where we can build in like, hey, at this RPM, this boost, if oil pressure drops below X amount, cut power, cut fuel. And
we could add things, not just oil pressure, we can do coolant pressure. So if we start pressurizing the radiator like a head gasket's going, we can detect that full boost out of it, right? I mean, we can
people have always told me like, like a setup like this, it's begging for a standalone. Yes and no. Like we talked about, we could push this car to be on a Cobb Accessport on a factory ECU, but we've
already done 900 plus on factory ECUs with the Cobb Accessport.
Yeah, Angel's Forester XT.
Yeah, so peak power, I don't know that it's going to change a whole lot, but it's going to be so much safer getting there.
Right. Yeah. It's going to be a lot more peace of mind for sure. And the last thing that I hope that you guys are very, very much excited for, which will be probably at the end of the pipeline, is get to show you guys all the cool features that you couldn't get otherwise on a factory ECU using either open source or a Cobb Accessport. One thing I'm very excited for, I know I've talked about it a million times, is ALS. So anti-lag, rolling anti-lag, that's going to be very, very fun. I'm sure it's going to be a blast for you, get to see that on
we get to do it right. You'll see our launch video with this car. We showed how to do it without breaking it, but it's a little frustrating because it's with this turbo this big, with that proper anti-lag system, with a proper timing retard on launch. it's really hard to get out of the hole. And so once we go to a motorsport style setup, I think the launch is going to be much better.
It's going to be awesome.
And also less abusive because we'll be able to do it at a lower RPM because we'll make boost sooner.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I expect there's going to be many dozens of hours of content coming out of this ECU swap, and you'll probably hear me curse a few times while I'm trying to figure out something that I hadn't done before on it. I have tuned this particular ECU brand many times in the past, so has Daniel, so we have experience with it, but there are some new things they've done, and I think the one thing we haven't done with this ECU brand before is any real CAN bus stuff.
Right.
Outside of any accessories that they might ship that are already CAN bus enabled, but actually, we call it CAN sniffing, sniffing the CAN bus in the car, seeing what switches and what CAN signals, then hijacking those to run through the standalone, and then getting to do all kinds of really cool stuff. It's gonna, I think, what I'm most excited about this is the level of OEM integration we're gonna be able to do with all the factory components without having to add much to it.
It's advertised as plug and play.
Yeah, yeah. It's plug and play ECU, but the factory integration we do with all the additional features that we're gonna put in.
Right.
So anybody can plug one of these ECUs in and have a base map that'll run the car. But when we start to add all these other features, the anti-lag, flat foot shifting, rolling anti-lag, traction control, potentially, different than what the factory runs. I mean, it's, and then all the protection. That kind of integration is going to be really cool. I'm kind of curious to see if we can even hijack some of the displays in the car to even tell you some more things about, for example, if you get some sort of safety cut, signal what that safety cut is, all those sorts of things. We'll find out more. Hopefully the ECU will be here next week. And yeah, so should we tell them what kind it is?
Absolutely. So we are going to go with a Link ECU for this car. I believe they're sending a G4X, G5X?
I think it'll be a G5, yeah. So
yeah,
it's
newest generation.
Yeah, it's a newest generation. It's a drop-in ECU. So basically what it is, it's a circuit board. You take your stock ECU housing, remove the factory circuit board, put the Link in there, and then put it back in the exact same location. So it's completely transparent, plug and play, same protection, everything else. We're probably going to get a spare ECU from the junkyard, just so that Alberto doesn't have to mess with this stock one. It might also make it easier for us to do before and after comparisons. Yeah. We're also going to have to add some sensors. Obviously, we're going to do CAN bus, wideband O2. We're going to add
oil pressure.
Yeah, oil pressure. Yeah. We already have fuel pressure, so we can probably repurpose that. But oil pressure, oil temperature, maybe transmission temperature as well, if we can find a place to put that in there. Yeah, some good stuff. And we'll probably include CJ from Powered by RPM, help us out with some of that stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And again, kudos to the guys from Link. It takes balls to say, hey, you don't think we're the best?
Here you go.
Here you go. Let's see what you think now.
Yeah. So if you guys want to see the Link ECU and the journey from the stock ECU car to all these other features at the very end, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video so more people can see it, because I don't think I've ever seen, at least in SoCal, a Subaru on a Link ECU.
I've done a few, but nothing of this power level. So
it's gonna be fun stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun. Plus, no need to flash stuff anymore, right? It's all real time, all real time. And if you've ever tuned cars where you got to flash them periodically, look, Cobb's great. A lot of it is real time, but a lot of it's not. And anytime you want to make a change where you got to flash it, turn the car off, turn the key on, flash, turn it off, turn it back on. Real-time programming, for a tuner, it's just a breath of fresh air. So.
Right. So until next time, we'll see you guys on the next one.